I don't know. Now, back to that. Sit down and worked it out when cancer was, when I first got cancer, not when I got first diagnosed. When I actually first got it, when my jaw started playing up. It's been nearly 18 months. 17, 18 months, give or take. Ooh. But yeah, and that's been a long time. That's been a long time. When you sit and think about it, I finished my business, closed that up, went got a job. I was in that about 3 months. Enjoyed it. I enjoyed what I was doing. And then my face started going up and down. I thought I had abscess. There was a bad teeth. So I put up with it, which I don't know now, I shouldn't have done, like, yeah, not knowing back then. So I did that, and yeah, been a while, and then went in, got teeth out. Then there's another 3 weeks there, getting treated for an infection. Daylight savings come along. Me and Dazz went up the lake fishing, camped, and it just went whop. And I got home and I was straight to the emergency clinic in Devonport. And the doctor in there, he was onto it straight up. Can't remember his name. Nice fella. He couldn't take me on at the doctor's beside because he worked in there and he was just on call in the office and the after hours clinic. He couldn't take me on because he didn't have no room to patients. He was going to try to swindle something, but he couldn't. But so yeah, and then went from there. Waited for the test, got the test. I was crook, didn't move off the couch, didn't eat, lost 13 kilos in a couple of weeks, if that. It was just like 7, 8 days, 10 days, something like that. Wasn't even a couple of weeks, and I lost 13 kilos. I thought she's over. And I went to the ear, nose and throat specialist, stayed in. He looked at me, he said, "Daryl, you're coming in hospital straight up." That was in Lonnie. And I was like, oh, Jesus, here we go. They took a biopsy. That was a bit rare. That was a different first one. Took a biopsy out of my neck. Came back. He's second in charge. Nothing to do with the cancer ward. Rang me and said, "Daryl, it's cancer. Prepare for the worst. You're going to die. See you later." Well, that was horrible. And come along, that was on Friday night. Come on to the Monday, got a phone call. "Daryl, this is such and such, Dr. Ivo from Launceston Holman Clinic. Don't stress, you're not going to die. They shouldn't have said any of that to you. It's not their place." He said, "We need to get you up here, but you've got to come, I want you in. But to get you in, it's going to be a 3-week wait. So we're going to do it this way." Yeah, it all worked out, actually. "Daryl, you're coming into the emergency. You're coming in the emergency because you got to." And they asked you a few questions and that. And I sat there all day. It was hard because I was waiting for another biopsy just to confirm it. And that was put off because someone else come through, like a young person, like a child, come through, needing the room, and they needed to do stuff. So it was fine. That was fine by me. You know, look after them first. And yeah, we got through that. It was starvation. Like, you was hungry, but you couldn't eat. You couldn't eat probably at all. You couldn't drink because you had to have these tests. And and as it was, I got put off so something. Then I did that again. So it was right. Most of what I'd done was right. It's different though. When I was in there, it's hard. It's hard. Like, from being when I was in Hobart to being in Launceston. Hobart's like a holiday. Like, Hobart is like a holiday. Launceston, we had 2 girls and they had 8 people each. It is, and it's like, and they was like, some of them was hectic. They was. One old bloke, he had dementia. That was hard. And then, like, he had dementia with it, and he was ready to go home. He said, fuck it, I don't want my drugs, you can share them. I laughed. And he goes, I want to go home. Fucking wife won't come and pick me up. I said, I don't know if he had a wife or not, or it was just in his mind. And he said, for the next year's, fuck me. Just wheel me out in the hallway. Put me out in the car park in my wheelchair. Because he hurt his hip as well. It must have been his hip. And put me in the car park in a wheelchair and just come out of the blanket and I'll be right. Someone else can have your bed. Oh, stuff he come out with. You sort of had to laugh, and he was just, I think he was just wanting to see his wife, but I don't know if she existed. They brought 2 people in for his daughter and son-in-law, and he was talking to the lady because she was in fluoros. And I think she was one of the cleaners on the ward, and the other one was just an orderly, I think, because they wouldn't let him talk to her on the phone. His wife, he did, and when they did, it was just a bit funny, like, he in a hard way, but yeah, stuff he came out with. But in the end, it's lucky he couldn't walk, because I don't know if he had the cancer in his hip, or I was just sharing a room at the time, and he was just filling in the space because he couldn't walk. It was lucky because he's putting his slippers on in 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and he was off wanting to walk, but he couldn't. That was so, yeah, but yeah, nah. 6 rounds of hard chop after that, straight into that, and then she's finished that. Dr. Ivo actually left back to the mainland. He went to another lady, nice lady, hard to deal with. Oh, hard to deal with. Oh, Daryl, how does it happen? Every time. Oh, don't even look at the file on the file what was left for you. Going to get exactly the same, and it's like, oh. So by that time, like you're mentally stuffed, especially when after the hard chop and come back with vengeance, and it was like, fuck, here we go, I'm gonna die from this. And she said to me, Daryl, there's a trials treatment for it. And I thought, oh yeah, beauty, you know, you'll be the first one if you want to have a go. And I was like, alright, I'll put my hand up for that. What is it? Oh, I don't know. I sort of look at it now thinking, I don't know. When's that? I don't know. And I was like, oh, what's it called? I don't know. Hell, she knew it was a trials treatment. I'll be the first one if I wanted it. So we did that. I put my hand up and said, yep. I thought it was going to Melbourne and 8-10 weeks at a time. Nah, I couldn't afford it, couldn't do it. As it was in Hobart, week after week after week after week after week after week after week. It was like might as well rented a house down there for accommodation. It would have been easier at the time, first up, because everything was paying out of pocket. Until we got the right couple of people to help, and then we was right to help us out. But yeah, and it was nearly a month. It was nearly a month. She was constantly on. I give up talking to her on the phone. I couldn't. Mental health was gone. I just went fishing. I went bush. Day after day, I was. And once I got a start date, like right, boom, down there. It was funny because down there, I buggered up when I was supposed to come in. I was in a hotel the night before. Hello, Dr. Nick here, Daryl. Where are you? I was like, across the road from the hospital. Not due to tomorrow. And he goes, you sure? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, oh, well, all right then. Enjoy your night. And I'll see you early in the morning. I was like, right, cool. This flat's cool. Got in there now. Lovely bloke. Joke. And joke. And joke. Swears. And he pretty much tells you how it is. He doesn't sugarcoat it. He said, you'll be right. And yeah, he was my first doctor. Then I saw Dr. Rosie. She was my second. But she's I'm a number 1 or 2 in Tassie in the state in cancer treatment. So I've got a good team. And Dr. Victoria, she was their 3rd doctor when Dr. Rosie went on leave to do other jobs. And then Dr. Nick went into the lab. So he was on the ward with me, Dr. Nick was a fair bit. And I had a couple of other doctors. One went to the mainland, Dr. Dan. He was sort of the in-between doctor on the ward. And Dr. Nash, I think that's how you pronounce it. He was a nice bloke. Yeah. So I had a good team, but the nurses, treat you like, can't fault them. All named Jess. And even had a few male nurses I met, and they all talked the outside of the ward, and Daryl, you back up here for your stay? Yeah. So I was up in 3 days overnight. That was in 9A. Then 8A, I'd go in there. That's like your chemo ward with your bags and your chairs and this sort of stuff. And I'd do that every second week. 1 week would be in, 2 weeks it'd be that. Stem cells, that was cool, that was different, that machine, stem cell machine, was very different. That took me 9 hours, but I got out there 2 days early. Daryl, you're probably not going, this is on a Monday, Daryl, you're probably not going to give you stem cells till Thursday. And I was like, alright. Went in on the Tuesday, Daryl, we're right to go. What'd you do overnight? Everything's up where it's supposed to be. Good job. 9 hours later, Daryl, you need a leak. And I thought, well, I really can't move because I'm wide up here, 1 in each arm. It was. So, but we've got 2 bags. So still got a bag in the freezer for me if I ever need it. And as it was, I got to November, done November. Stem cells was going in December. And I was going to spend Christmas in there. I said, no, Daryl, you have a month off. Recruit your body, have a month off, and we'll start January the 1st. Because it was 7 days of heavy chemo. Like heavy to the stage. Your hair just fell out overnight. It did. So that's how heavy it was on the 7th day. She was, whew. And they put the stem cells back in. I had to wait in there a month. So I was in January the 1st, got down there. Spent New Year's Day down Hobart. 2nd was in, done 7 days, then the rest of it was actually in the hospital. And I was pretty crook with them 7 days of chemo. Oh, it was hard. It's heavy stuff I had there. So it's just it knocked your hair out. Still kept a bit on my head, kept my eyebrows and my arm hairs. Like the bottom of my arm, a bit rare. Anyway, and yeah, she did that, and as it was, got it all in. I got out about 3 days early. It was from when I was predicted. I got out on 22nd January. It was a long time to be in hospital like that. I don't know how people do it. Like colouring in, crosswords, watching movies, stuff like this. It kept me occupied. It was. And yeah, as it was, we found out, and a month later or so, I said, Darryl, how you going? Yeah, good, I feel pretty good. Energy levels was a bit haggard, but just fatigue more than anything. And I said, how'd you go? How'd they put it? So Darryl, the treatment's changed, but it's not going to worry you. I said, what do you mean? I said, they're not getting the stem cells back in now. I said, you got yours in, you breathed through it like it was nothing. The next person went to get theirs back in, and they got crook, and people's intensive care, and oh yeah. So I just breathed through it like I did everything really. And everything was 2 to 3 days earlier than it needed to be. So I was pretty good. So we was in there. Neutrophils went to 0. Boom. They went up to 8. So we're out. We're home. We're going home. We was when it was in January. But yeah. Next few months. Got COVID in between. Got COVID last month. I was pretty cool. I thought I had the flu. Did a spit test. Nothing come back. and they actually blood tested me. No one had done the blood test, and then they swabbed me up the nose, in the mouth and all that, and it actually come back as COVID. So I had that, and I was in quarantine for a little bit for that. Stay away from everybody and that, but no one else got it in the house. But it's one of them things. But I was pretty cooked, but now sort of going alright. I had me 4 injections in each top of the shoulder, 2 there and 2 on that side. They knocked me around a little bit. They did there, your immune boosters, your re-needles, like your body got reset. So I had to wait a certain time, and then they can bang some needles in, like your immune boosters, flu shots, COVID needles, all this sort of stuff. That is, the immunisations. Done that. Had needle to Hobart, yep, went well. Come back. Had the next lot, another 4. Then went to Hobart the week after, and my neutrophils were down to 0.2. So that means that was like I was back in hospital when I had to reset at 0. And I was on 0.2. So I've had a couple of blood tests this week. And I feel alright. I do, a bit sluggish. But once I get moving, I'm right. But we had the last noodle last week. So PET scan on Monday. Do the PET scan Monday. Tuesdays, see me Dr. Rosie. And hopefully, fingers crossed, it's gone. Hopefully it's gone. Feel alright, feel good, can't feel nothing. Before you can feel a lump. Just a slight little bit. And you can feel it when you'd eat in the jawline, but now there's nothing. My face is a bit out of whack from when it was out here. But it feels alright. So touch wood. Then we have a bit of a gap off, a couple of months, and go for another PET scan. And just to make sure nothing's come back. Then we go from there. So theoretically, Monday we have the PET scan, Tuesday we have good news, then we have a couple of months off, then we have another PET scan, and it's good. So, but, yeah. So I reckon it should be good. Hopefully it's good. That's just a quick insight. It's been a long period. Like seems like it's gone quick. I made 2 birthdays. Didn't think I was going to make any. Honest truth. When it was first like it, that was fucking nightmare. But I think we've done alright. But it's been a long, long time. Costly, very costly too. Like cost of wage, a yearly wage, over a yearly wage. So I'd hate to sit down and work it out. And what we paid out first up, all the savings went, what I was saving up. And yeah. But you got to stay positive. You got to stay. You'll have shit days, and you'll have shit days, and you'll have shit days. Trust me. And you'll think, this is fucked, I've had enough. But you can't give up. You're like, I've never give up. I always stayed positive. Never ever had a niggle at the nurses or the doctors. They used to like treating me. They did. They loved me because I was easy. How are you? Yeah, alright, all things considered. Tell the truth. Oh, a little bit of pain. But yeah, it's been a long travel. Alright, might leave it all talk.